How do wealthy and successful people think about money? Money is more than just buying clothes, feeding yourself, or acquiring perishable goods. There are many better ways to think about it. We need to revamp the way we perceive its importance. Today, we are doing just that. Welcome to the Successful Guys channel. Let's head over to 10 ways to think about money. Subscribe now to get more content like this. Now let's dive straight into our topic. Number 10. Personal relationship and journey with money. Everyone has a deeply personal relationship with money, and we can't expect it to always be healthy. The point is not about how much money we have in our bank accounts. The real question is about our relationship with that number. Someone might be strapped with cash but feel awful about spending a little bit on themselves, whereas some might rain money on themselves now and then without any care in the world. It all boils down to how you view and associate the money with yourself. If that is all you are proud of and think of as your identity, then the amount in your bank balance will define your mood and health. Losing and winning cash is all part of the world, but what defines your relationship with money is how well you take your losses and how much you celebrate your wins. Number 9. Money addiction is real, compulsive spender and saver. It is not unlikely that most of us will not have a perfect relationship with money. Whether it is excessive saving or spending, both are unhealthy habits. These are not the only money types that exist. Other types include moneymakers, warriors, hoggers, misers, and connoisseurs. According to Ken Honda, the author of Happy Money, a spender finds joy in spending money. As soon as they receive money, they spend it all. They might hail from a poor environment with less money, and therefore they might associate their sense of worthiness with spending money. So for the spenders, it is crucial to control their spending. On the contrary, a saver is the one who saves every penny. They go miles to get things cheaper. By pinching pennies, they feel secure. But no matter how much savings they did, it will never be enough. So for them, they need to let go and spend more than they usually do. Number 8. Emotional quotient for money. Ken Honda, a best-selling author who has inspired millions of minds, says this: regardless of the amount of money you receive, it can give you different feelings. EQ is your capability to understand your emotions and manage them accordingly. Essentially, EQ is intelligence that allows you to navigate your behavior concerning others and adapt to environments. According to Honda, happiness and the sense of fulfillment have nothing to do with money. Countless millionaires are unhappy regardless of their wealth. So it is not about how much money you have. The real purpose is about how you utilize the increase in cash to make your life more valuable. Money invokes different feelings and emotions in people. It is through these emotions that you relate to money as happy or unhappy money. It is essential to understand where monetary value stands for you. Number 7. The less you run after money, the more you will earn. Ever notice that most good things happen in life when you least expect them? When you stop running after love or jobs, it finds you on its own? Well, it's the same story with money. Money is an ideology, which is similar to having religious beliefs. The more you get invested in religion, the more delusional you become. It creates an obsession, and you keep getting deeper into it. You can't seem to separate yourself from it. Similarly, when you start chasing money, you start getting attached to it. You start thinking it is a real thing, when in reality, it is not. It is just numbers attached to a paper. The hard part is accepting it. The moment money removes its hold from your mind, that is when you will attract true wealth. You need to treat money as a means to influence people, like a ladder that takes you a step closer to your final goal. As soon as you stop caring about every single penny you spend and start treating money as a means to get by, that is when you win. That is when the course changes and money starts chasing you. Number 6. Create more than you need. While rich people save, poor people spend. Rich people save more than they can spend. They compromise on their comfort to keep saving more every time. On the opposite, poor people spend every extra penny on comfortable couches, a TV, or more food. The constant cycle of having a job and getting paid restricts you from reaching your maximum potential. It hinders your growth as you remain dependent on someone to pay you. But many people refuse to get out of this agreement as they crave comfort. They are not ready to be free to be their boss. They miss their reliance on somebody and they fear independence. Most of all, they refuse to sacrifice their short-term comfort for their long-term financial wins. Number 5. Learning more skills is the way towards more money. You might think your skills are redundant or that your skill set won't get you enough money. Well, you might be right. Your value is defined by the worth you bring to the market. If you think you're not adding much, it might be time to improve your skills through education. Adapt constantly and learn according to what the market needs and will need in the future. Learn to predict the next moves on the market and equip yourself to master those skills. Many people think of education and learning as a duo, but this is incorrect. Learning is continuous, and we never stop educating ourselves about new things. The good thing is that it is free, and everything you want to know is available on Google. Gone are the days when you needed to pay for information. Now everything is available at your fingertips. Number 4. There are no limits to earning money. You might have a money goal in your mind. You might think that is the limit to what you can earn in life. Wrong, because nothing is stopping you from breaking that hypothetical ceiling and achieving more. As your success increases, the limit of your earnings gets higher. Remember that money is a never-ending, unlimited resource. You can always get more. Number 3. Trust that you can get yourself out of poverty. Once you start internalizing that you are never going to be rich or get out of your financial misery, then you will never be rich. It's understandable to have fewer funds sometimes. It is natural to fall, as well as it is obvious to pick yourself back up. Imagine a kid learning to walk. When people lose hope and claim that they are poor, then there is no way they can defeat the cycle of poverty. People tend to blame everyone but themselves for this state of mind. They continue this generation of poverty with their children and leave them in this mess forever. Remember that many people come out of poverty and become someone incredible and accomplished. It's because they refuse to believe this is their reality or their future. Instead, they defy it and push themselves twice as hard to reach above. They refuse to conform to the status quo and emerge stronger. If you haven't seen our videos of billionaires who became from nothing, we recommend you to check the links below this video. Number 2. Money makes you stress-free. Stress is a common denominator of our lives. What if we don't get things on time? We start worrying about it. What if someone falls sick or something awful happens? We worry. It is common to worry about unforeseen circumstances. However, many people stress out about putting food on the table. They worry about tax money, insurance, and their mobility needs. All of this is due to the lack of money in their lives. Having a free hand of cash can solve all of these problems. So it is simple to see that money can make you carefree. It can take the stress away and leave you with happier feelings. When such worries are gone, then you can start working on your inner dissatisfaction about other matters which are not monetary. Number 1. Money is the tool that can make your dreams come true. People often forget that money is just valuable paper. It is nothing more than that. It is worth what we have attached to the piece of paper. It serves a purpose, and that is all there is to money. We need to stop associating unsurmountable worth to this flimsy paper. Instead, we need to understand that it is a tool to transport values to destinations we choose for them. It is just a vehicle, and not the end goal. So this is it for today. Now let us know if this is how you think about money, or did we end up changing your minds? If you liked the video, smash that thumb below. If you haven't seen it yet, we strongly recommend you also watch How Billionaires Feel About Using Money. Do you think any of the points spoke to you? Then comment below and let us know. Thank you for tuning in and growing with us. Please subscribe to the channel to get more inspiration. See you next time. Have a successful day.